And then I guess we'll address rumblings from the interwebs. I don't really know what to call it besides some bullshit. I don't really know what else to call it. Something about Lori Hellis, and I don't know, basically saying she didn't care what my mom thought, and I was just like, whoa, that really sucked. Obviously, right? Duh. Saw that one. I don't know, but something about, I don't know. I watched the clip and everything, but it was Lori Hillis, and she said something about, or somebody, I guess, brought it up in her comment section, anyways, and said that I had tweeted, and I was like, I didn't tweet shit, first off. So there's that. We can put that to bed. Anyways, we'll get to that afterwards. It'll give me some time to think and put it together a little bit in my head. Now, let me go to this part about Lori Hellis, because I don't think that's right. Just give me a second to pull that up. And I do want to thank Web Sleuth for letting me know. First off, she texted me and let me know that this had been said by Lori Hellis and that she stood up for both my mom and myself. And I appreciate that. I really do. It's not often that happens. Okay, let's see. And I mean, there's a lot I could go into, but I'm not, I don't know. I'm not there right now for sure. Like I'd have to think about it. But in 2021, I could have just, I was fit to be tied as far as Lori Hellis. Okay. All right. Let me pull this up real quick. I'm just going to pull up what Trish, because she had pulled this part up. Let's see. And that way you'll know what the hell I'm talking about. See.
Without talking to the victims' families first, because their names were being thrown out there.
Okay, hold on. Let me back this up. Back that ass up.
Okay, so let's just say, and it's not up to me to understand what the buyer is doing. It's, not my business, but just my opinion. I don't understand why the buyer had to put out a press release without talking to the victims' families first, because their names were being thrown out there.
Yep.
I don't understand that, but that's not what I'm really upset about. Even though to me that makes no sense. I'm going to play to you.
It does.
What Lori Hellis said. And again, we're playing, it's just a real quick snippet in accordance with YouTube's fair use policy. Yes. And the reason why I'm doing this, people, is because although I don't know Kay and Larry, I feel very protective of them. And I do know Kresha. And Kresha is Kay's daughter. I feel very protective of that whole family. And I thought this was very cruel, what you're about to hear, okay? And again, if somebody can tell me why the press release had to come out telling everybody what they were going to do with the property before talking to the victim's family. If somebody can explain that to me, I'm all ears. I'm all ears. Okay, so here we go. Again, this is Lori Hellis.
Before this goes, just know that nothing has been communicated with my side of the family, nor Tammy's side of the family. Nothing. So all this is coming out. It's not our fault. I mean, I'm the first one to tell you if I'm in the wrong or, it's not our fault. This is happening. And this is par for the course, in my opinion, because this is how everything has gone. We've had absolutely zero say so, except for the celebration of life. That's it. It's like everything else has been Lori and Chad's doing. And the court, everything else has been handled judicially, and it's nothing. Nobody is like, hey, it's not normal. It's definitely not normal. But I mean, again, this is Red Rum. Murder is messy.
Hellis's YouTube, and it's called Children of Darkness and Light. And here we go. This is just a snippet of it.
This made my mouth drop.
Somebody saying Kresha tweeted out that no one consulted her. Kresha didn't put the money up for the properties.
First off, Kresha didn't tweet shit. Okay. So I don't know what this person said, and I don't know why she's repeating it. Okay. I didn't tweet shit. My mom did. I didn't.
So I don't really think she's got much to say.
Let me back out.
Tweeted out that no one consulted her. Kresha didn't put the money up for the property, so I don't really think she's got much to say about it.
And you're right, Lori Hellis. We don't have much to fucking say about it. Thank you for rubbing that in.
I don't think Kresha said no one consulted her. I think she tweeted that no one contacted them to tell them what was going on.
And I didn't tweet nothing. So there's that.
But let's continue.
I understand that Kay didn't know anything about it, and I don't really care whether she's happy or not.
Okay. Can we just sit with that a little bit? All right. Who is you? Okay. Who is you, bitch? First off. Sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Because, I mean, how righteous do we have to be? Okay. We know you don't care. I know you don't care. Okay. You know how I know? Because you were okay with exploiting my family right from the beginning with your book. Okay. I mean, I have screenshots of where my uncle was like, what? Writing a book about my family. I mean, it's very like, what? And yet everybody is touting this person. Okay. And meanwhile, behind the scenes, I'm like livid because this is way back then. Everything was horrible at that time. 2021, when the indictments came down, I was having the time of my life, struggling. I mean, there was even one, this is all at the same time too. Everything was just poo-pooing at the same time. And I mean, this is whenever the indictments came down. This is whenever it was JJ's birthday. It was Tammy's birthday. It was my birthday. It was around this time, I mean, where I'm going back to right now. And then you had this one was appearing on another channel, every Friday night, and was kind of again the authoritative type, like you have to go to these people or that person, and they're just whatever they say is word. And I'm just like, okay. And I mean, I do appreciate people's input. However, not in an authoritative kind of way. All right. And definitely, this one never brings my damn name up, first off. Okay. But it's weird how they put your name and your family's names in their mouths whenever they are trying to do their own deed. Whenever Lori Hellis went and, brought the filing against Judge Boyce about unsealing everything. Okay. That was nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us. And I suspect that my parents went to that one of the hearings after that to make sure that their names weren't name dropped. I mean, that's just me. That's just my speculation, but I don't blame them because people do it. People will name drop and make you think that they're doing it with the blessing or, of the family. And that is not true at all. Okay. That is not true at all. So my thing is I'm going back to 2021, this indictments, it was birthday, JJ's birthday. And I mean, they had just found the kids June 9th, the year before. I mean, it was still so fresh, so raw. It was still so fresh and raw. And, there's this one in Facebook comments saying that she's going to write a book. And I'm just like, oh my God, and it throws you back with all the things that are just flying at you. And yeah, we don't have a say so then. I didn't have a say so then. Yet I was basically up against a whole army of people who don't stop long enough to even see what's going on behind the scenes, to see how what a person may be doing that is affecting you and your ability to heal or to go through the healing process. You can never heal because everything is continuously scratched open. The wound never gets a chance to heal because it's not just you and your family dealing with it. No, it's the whole damn world. And you're just like, oh my God, and you're just trying to I was just trying to preserve my own feelings and trying to just understand how I even felt, period, myself, I was trying to grieve, I think, I don't know. But I remember that very time that all this was happening. I mean, it hurts me so bad because it was such a low point in all this. It was very low. And I remember thinking like, oh my God, it's my birthday and I don't even feel like I have the right to breathe because Tylee, JJ, and Charles and Tammy, they're not breathing. It just, I don't know. It was weird, like I said, but I felt guilty for living. But meanwhile, in true crime Communityville, okay, this is going on and all things like this are going on. People are telling you how you should feel, right here, I don't really care whether she's happy or not. Well, who are you? Who are you? And thank you. Thank you for finally saying what I felt this whole time. I know you don't care. So, you're basically just finally showing your true colors, in my opinion. Let's go back. It pisses me off.
So I don't really think she's got much to say about it.
I don't think Cresha said no one consulted her. I think she tweeted that no one contacted them to tell them what was going on. But let's continue.
I understand that Kay didn't know anything about it, and I don't really care whether she's happy or not.
Obvious.
Frankly, the only reason that these folks
with her
didn't
book
have
right
an
there.
opportunity to reach out to the families and to explain what their plan was because somebody within the community leaked this information before these people were ready to make the announcement.
Okay, so why not call the families and say, hey, this is leaked? You know,
Yeah.
let's say their whole
Why not
plan
be a
was
bitch?
leaked. Why not call the families and say, this is leaked?
Mhm.
Before we put out our press release, we want you to be aware of it so you're not blindsided.
And again, everybody has poo-pooed so much on this already. It's like, I appreciate where these people are coming from and wanting to buy the property and buying the property and wanting to do what they're going to do with it. But again, don't say that you're conferring with the family when you are not. And then all these things are coming out and you're still not conferring with the family. And then you're still going on. But then she's telling us how we can feel. This one right here, Lori, is telling us how we can feel and how she doesn't give a shit how we feel, obviously, right there. Okay. And we have nothing to do with this except to speak out, and I didn't even speak out on flipping Twitter. I didn't. Okay. I do it right here because I don't hide behind a damn keyboard. Okay.
But I want to play again what she said about Kresha and Kay.
To say about it. I understand that Kay didn't know anything about it, and I don't really care whether she's happy or not. Frankly, the only reason.
I'm sorry. I think that's horrible.
I do too.
I think that's terrible. Please, people in chat, let me know if you think I'm wrong. And can somebody tell me why?
Yeah.
They had to put the press release out before contacting the families. With this, let's just say it wasn't the names being leaked. Let's say the whole plan was being leaked.
Right.
Why not pick up the phone and go, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let's sit down and talk about this. And who cares? Let people talk about it. Who cares? It's nobody's business except for the victims' families. That's who they needed to talk to.
Allegedly, that's what they're making it out to, and not Trish. I'm talking about that's what I guess these people who are buying the property and Lori Hellis, because I mean they're I guess communicating with her according to because I did watch Lori Hellis's the whole thing because somebody kept saying to Trisha and Web Sleuths that you got to watch the whole video. You got to watch the whole video. And I did 17 minutes of it. And I mean, I was just like, okay, excuse, blame. You have to go. This is basically what I was getting from it was you have to go through Lori Hellis. She's your news source. Okay. That's what I got from it. And I mean, it's really shitty. Children of darkness and light, really shitty. And I mean, oh yeah. And it again, when I read this last night, when I read all this, it says this channel is dedicated to the true crime story of Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. Nowhere does it say, it's not about Tylee, Charles, Tammy, JJ, and Joe. The Doomsday couple stands accused of the murders of Lori Vallow's children, Tylee Ryan, JJ Vallow, Chad Daybell's wife. They are awaiting trial. You might want to update that. They're not awaiting trial anymore. In Idaho, Lori Vallow is also awaiting trial for the murder of her fourth husband. Correct. But you might want to update that, okay? Instead of looking like this. Just saying.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome. Surprise.
I'll speed this up.
Apparently, there's been a lot of furor going
on
about some really big news that I knew was coming up, and I want to take a minute to talk about.
Well,
and this is the big news. You all know that a few weeks ago, it came out. Well, a few weeks ago, John Pryor put the Daybell property on the market. For those of you who might not be familiar with the case, although I suspect everybody is, who's here today.
Well, that's what you get for assuming.
John Pryor received the Daybell property in lieu of attorney fees from Chad Daybell. And that happened a couple of years, I think, before the trial, Chad's trial actually happened. After the trial was over, Chad Daybell put the property on the market.
Glad you're here.
To recoup some of the attorney fees and the hundreds of hours he'd spent preparing Chad's defense. My understanding is that there was more than one group that was interested in the property. One of those groups was a group that wanted to turn it into a murder Airbnb destination.
Okay. All right. So there's option one. Just put a pin in that. Okay. And I want you to hear how it's presented. Okay.
Some local folks who really preferred not to be named,
I feel bad for these people.
bought the property with the intention of using it as some sort of a community gathering place. Their intention is to take down the house and to turn it into a park. When the house went on the market, I know this because I've had communication with the people who are the buyer.
So I know nobody else knows, but just I do. Hold on.
When the property came on the market, they believed that they needed to move quickly and make an offer on the property to make sure that it wasn't going to be misused.
Okay, hold on. It gets better because somebody was going to make an Airbnb, murder house, blah, blah, blah. But then these people, this is how she's spinning it. These people came in, they wanted to hurry up, move on and put it, purchase a house so that they could stop it from becoming a Airbnb tourist attraction. Okay. Which I mean, either way, they're going to be tourist attractions. Anyway, it's already a tourist attraction,
or turned into something unsavory. So they made an offer on the property. Since then, they have been sort of scrambling to try and set up their nonprofit organization and to make all of the arrangements.
So if I am somebody and my whole point in buying this house, again, I'm appreciative, but just hear me out. I'm going to buy this house with the intention of creating a nonprofit organization and naming it Crossroad Park, a place for healing and hope, crossroadpark.com here. Okay. That's my whole intention. I'm going in with these plans. Why would you still not contact the family first? Okay. That's all I'm asking. Why would you contact Lori Hellis first?
Make it a nonprofit corporation. And that has been challenging. They were not really prepared at this point to announce their plans, but somebody in the local community outed them.
And this is not our problem again. So it's like we're getting blamed for responding to something that was out of our control to begin with. And then this one's stirring the damn pot, not in a good way.
And now they've had to come out with an announcement before they really were ready to do that.
Okay. So what you do is this is what I would have done is I would have made this little press release here for the public, okay? Because there is public interest in this, obviously. Okay. Then I would have made another one and I would have sent it to the family member. That's what I would have done, but that's just me.
All anyone knows is what is in this news release. There is no other information that is being released at this point. So anybody else who is out there on the internet is purely speculating.
That's a dig at Lauren, I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now.
I want to be clear that I have had conversations with the buyer. I know what their intentions are.
Well, isn't that special,
I know that they intend for this to be a community space and to honor the victims. I do not know what the shape of that organization is going to look like. I don't think they're 100% sure yet. But anybody else who's out there doesn't have any more information than what's in this press release. So anybody else talking about this is purely speculating.
I can talk about it. You know why? Because I have interest in it. Okay? You don't.
I do not understand why this information that was leaked from people who were not entitled to leak the information.
Not our problem.
I don't know why this information has caused such a furor in the true crime community.
It's not that. It's you.
Community. These are people whose heart and money are in the right place, and
Correct.
They wanted to do the right thing. And they wanted this to be a space where the victims and other victims of crime could be remembered, for it to be a place for healing, and they did not want it turned into a spectacle, which was a possibility because there were other buyers that were interested in turning it into a true crime destination. So
where do your proceeds go for your book?
Before anybody jumps to any conclusions, I really think that we all need to take a deep breath, step back, and allow these folks to do what it is that they have planned to do. So anybody speculating beyond what is in this news release does not know what they are talking about. I'm here.
So shh. So be quiet.
To tell you, y'all know me, I shoot straight with you. And I can tell you that people out there who are ripping their clothes and, tearing their garments and gnashing their teeth.
She just said tearing their garments. Oh my God. Is that a dig at them at LDS people? I'm just asking. Oh my God. Tearing their garments.
Don't know what they're talking about. These are good intentioned people, and I'm a little bit frustrated with them.
So, does that make us not good intentioned people because we're just simply responding to it? Like we're not supposed to be able to respond to it because frankly, you don't care, right? You said it. You don't care what Kay thinks. You don't care what I think. I have no say so. Even though I didn't say anything, you brought me into it.
The fear that's out there. So
Thanks
please understand that there will be much more information coming out in very short order. But these folks, out of best intentions,
are you representing them? Are you their attorney? Asking for a friend.
Decided to put their money up to buy this property so that it could be a place that would honor victims and would not exploit the crimes.
What? Exploit. You can get your copy of Children of Darkness and Light by Lori Hellis on Amazon.
They have not really had the opportunity to lay out all of their planning because somebody out there jumped the gun and leaked information that they were not prepared to share yet. So if they don't have a complete plan mapped out for all of you, it's because this information came out quicker than they had planned. But there is a plan, and they will, as they're able, they will be outlining that plan, both to true crime fans and to...
It's not a fucking fan, okay? This is my fucking family, true crime fan. I don't like the language, y'all. Oh my God.
The victim families. Understand that up until about a week ago, the Daybell kids were living in that property, and it has taken them...
Don't they have all the way up till the time that it closes, right? I mean, am I stupid? Maybe so, you know?
They were nice enough to give them extra time to move out of the property and find someplace else to live.
So again, we should be thankful because of that, because she's saying all that. Why is she saying all this? Why?
They have been waiting to get possession of the property. The deal has not closed yet. The final closing won't happen until early September. They have been waiting to make sure to...
So see, I mean, there we go. Early September. What does it say on here? Crap. I can't see it. Let me move this. Let's see. Let's read this. A new August 8, 2024 for immediate release. This is from Crossroad Park. The people that are buying Chad's house. A new nonprofit is being created to turn tragedy into hope in Rexburg, Idaho. A local benefactor who prefers to remain anonymous has entered into a contract to buy the notorious property formerly owned by Chad Daybell. The property was the burial site of murdered children Tylee Ryan and JJ Vallow. Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow. What? Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow, Chad's second wife and mother of the children, were convicted of for the murders of Tylee, JJ, and Chad's first wife, Tammy Daybell. The home, which was deeded to Chad Daybell's former attorney, John Pryor, to pay Chad's legal fees, was listed for sale shortly after Daybell's conviction. The transaction is expected to close in early September. Okay, I was just making sure she wasn't letting out any extra info. The purchaser, a local resident of the area, intends to create a community space from the property that will honor the victims and facilitate healing. They are in the early stages of envisioning the plan and will consult closely with the victims' families. Further information and a new website will be released soon.
To put all the pieces together before making any grand announcements. Unfortunately, they live in a small community.
I mean, this is a pretty big announcement.
Where information gets leaked that wasn't intended. So I just want you all to know, I think this is a really good thing. I think that
it was till you got in it.
These are people who have absolutely the best intentions for this property.
And I mean, as long as we are okay with what she thinks is good, she don't give a shit what my mom thinks. Okay. You remember that. Never forget that. I'll never forget it.
They are your neighbors. So before everybody gets all their hackles up over this, I think you ought to wait and hear how things work out. I just wanted to jump on this live because I've been seeing all this stuff flying around, most of which I ignore, but I've gotten a couple of screenshots from people about what's being said out there. What I will tell you, because I know these people, is exactly what is in this release is the information that is available. And anybody having any other speculation about it is full of, I'm trying to be as polite as possible at this point. So I just want you all to know that. If anybody's got a couple of quick questions, I am happy to answer a couple of quick questions. I want to thank Jen for hopping on at the last possible moment.
Speaking of Jen, I remember when my friend Jen came out with a video, and it was about exploiting murder victims, family members of murder victims, even, you know, when you exploit a case, it's just like the ripple effect. It also affects us who are living, who are left behind to shoulder the burden. Okay. And Jen didn't mention any names, not one name. And I mean, I was so honored whenever she released this video about exploitation, especially in the Daybell case. And this one here to my left, emailed Jen and also leaked. Oh, you heard me. Leaked Jen's email back to her. And Jen, I mean, basically they were saying, Jen was like, Lori Hellis was telling Jen to take down the video. And Jen was like, no, apologize, you know? And anyways, and it ended up all kinds of people from True Crime Underground. I do believe, I don't know. Nothing. I'm not saying anything against the group. I like the group. It's just the people that are using the tools like this one right here. Okay. And she sent people to, or maybe she didn't send them. Let's just say that. Let's just say that people take it all upon themselves to go and, you know, defend people that they believe in. Influencers, people who are authoritative, maybe writing a book on the matter. Anyways, so that was the beginning of the end of my friend Jen, True Crime Unveiled, and I miss her. And it's because of this one right here. Basically took the only friend I had at the time, because all hell broke loose after that. Jen has also been, I'm not saying that she did it, Lori. I'm just saying that ever since then, it's been hell for Jen. And it breaks my heart because I don't know how to help her. She's been hacked ever since then too. And it's like watching somebody destroy your friend's life or whatever, and feeling kind of like responsible for it because I have to do with the Daybell case, and if she had never messed with me or became friends with me, then, she probably wouldn't be hacked right now. And it really is shitty all the way around. But it's all because people and their own narratives, their own agendas, and it's gross. It's so gross
to do this. And I will say that the folks who are involved in this transaction are very frustrated and very unhappy about the way they're being treated.
So she wants us to care about that, but she doesn't care about mom or what I think or what any of us think. Okay. But she cares about what they think because it's what she likes and whatever.
And it is absolutely unnecessary. So those creators out there who are passing around stuff they don't know anything about, I can tell them they are not right. And these folks have every right to be frustrated by the treatment that they're getting and the sort of
They have every right to be frustrated. Oh my God.
A lot of online BS that's coming their way. These are your neighbors. And I don't think that it's fair for you all to jump to conclusions, not my followers, but the true crime community out there. I don't think it's fair for them to jump to conclusions and crap all over. So,
wow.
I want for my followers to know that I have every confidence that these people have the best of intentions.
She just appreciates your money that you've put into her pocket there with her little book.
And I think that they're being unfairly treated right now. And I want y'all to know that.
God.
So let me know if you've got a couple of quick questions. It is not Heather Daybell's family. It is not anyone related to.
I don't see that on the press release. Okay. Why are you giving out more info?
To the Daybell family in any way. These are members of the Eastern Idaho community, and they are people who are business owners in the community. Doesn't have anything to do with any member of the Daybell family. So they were kind enough to give Emma and her husband and their children time to find someplace else to live. I know that school is getting ready to start here pretty quickly in a lot of places, and so I'm sure that they were trying really hard to get some security before the school started. Well, I see somebody saying Kresha tweeted out that no one consulted her. Kresha didn't put the money up for the property, so I don't really think she's got much to say about it. I understand that Kay didn't know anything about it, and I don't really care whether she's happy or not. Frankly, the only reason that these folks didn't have an opportunity to reach out to the families and to explain what their plan was because somebody within the community leaked this information before these people were ready to make the announcement.
But you don't care what anybody on this side thinks, regardless. And so, oh my God. Let me just play it because I'm going to say some shit I really will regret.
They didn't have the opportunity to reach out to Kay and Larry. They did not have the opportunity to have conversations with the family.
Just you.
Because their phones started blowing up because people were contacting them because they'd heard that they were buying the property. And they heard it from somebody who wasn't authorized to release that information, but who did. So
oh my God, it was all on the internet. Okay. It's not like it was, top secret shit.
If the family members want to be very unhappy with people, they should be very unhappy with the people who are involved in this transaction and who leaked.
What? If the family members want to, what?
Wasn't authorized to release that information, but who did. So if the family members want to be very unhappy with people, they should be very unhappy with the people who are involved in this transaction.
Okay.
And who leaked it.
It's weird because I'm just only angry with you.
So the buyers did not have the opportunity to sit down and map out their plan. They were going to wait until the transaction was finished, until they had created their nonprofit organization, and until they had done all of the legal things so that they could do it in a way that was respectful and was helpful and measured. They did not have any intention of releasing this information to anybody.
It's like Tim Ballard saying that it's our fault because the ladies, are filing civil suits and alleging, sex abuse charges against him. And that's why he can't save all the children. That's what it sounds like to me.
Until they were much further along in this process. But unfortunately, small town Idaho strikes again. So I'm sure
she just loves that community. I'm telling you.
That once the Kay Woodcock, Kay and Larry have an opportunity to hear what these people have in mind, they will be supportive. Once again, I have to say, these people put up a lot of money to buy that property with the
She really don't have to say anything, but here she is.
the best intentions to do something good for the community.
So what are yours?
So that that piece of property wouldn't continue to be an eyesore and wouldn't continue to be a magnet for the macabre true crime community.
Macabre. I mean, you benefit from it though, right? Right?
So I want you all to understand that this is absolutely not the way these people would have wanted this announcement to come out.
I agree. I hope. I don't think so. I don't think so. All I'm saying is I wish they wouldn't have gone through you, and or maybe they did, and maybe you're just taking it upon yourself to, stand up for them or whatever. But it's you that's bothering me.
They had a plan. They had a plan to be able to announce, here's the plan, here's our vision for what this is going to look like. They had a plan. Unfortunately, somebody in the community short-circuited their plan, and they had to move a lot faster than they intended to.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that it is...
but you don't care what Kay thinks anyways. So there's that nugget.
I think that everybody is getting their hair on fire over something they don't need to.
I
think that there are a few creators out there who are fanning that fire, and it is inappropriate and unnecessary.
It is here. It is right here. Here's your creator fanning my fire. My hair is on fire.
I will have more information for you when it becomes available.
Well, good. Authoritative source.
Right now, I know what they're doing. They are trying to get all their ducks in a row so that they can present a cohesive plan to the families as well as to the community, and somebody jumped the gun for them. So this is everything everyone knows at this point. And any other speculation is purely that. And I would have to say that I think a lot of it is very mean-spirited.
Oh.
And I don't like it.
Correct.
I don't think that anybody
hold a mirror
who's willing to put $300,000 up for the good of their community.
It was $350,000.
Ought to be taking any heat from anybody. Yes, they did. Thank you. I don't recall. They saved it from becoming something horrible because the other offer was somebody who wanted to turn it into a true crime Airbnb.
Oh, the way she is saying it, y'all, is like, oh my God. I don't know.
Now, I'm pretty sure that the community of Rexburg didn't want that in their community. And I'm pretty sure that the families of the victims would absolutely not have wanted their loved ones to be remembered.
It's the tone, too. It's the fucking tone.
That way.
Well, but we know they'll always be remembered that way. That's where they freaking were unearthed. Okay. That's when you came in.
So before you get on your high horse, all of you,
oh my God,
and go after people with only the best intentions, I think maybe you need all the facts. And that's why I'm here on this live tonight.
Oh my God.
So I don't have anything else to say other than I think that we all ought to take a deep breath.
Whoa,
and
that's a lot to
put
say.
Our hair out and let our better angels predict. So,
woo.
Unless anybody has any other questions, I'm going to say goodnight and go enjoy.
Well, good, because you just browbeat everybody.
My Friday night, and I hope that all of you do as well. I'm a little bit disappointed in her
hair's on fire
true crime community and in some creators out there who have jumped to a lot of conclusions with very little facts. So I will leave you with that. And I think that once the facts come out, there are some creators out there who are going to have a little bit of egg on their face. So
egg on your face, big disgrace. Just saying, y'all. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Let me get over here. Oh my God. Oh my God. She is saying that the purchasers had been identified. I don't even get this. She is saying that. Yeah. Oh, she'll say deep breath again. It's not up to her to speak for other people's generations. Thank you. I'm definitely not a creator, but I mean, I'm thinking she's aiming that towards like Trish Websluice, for speaking up and taking up, defending, and I appreciate them for that, because usually when people do that, they catch a lot of hell from people who just either don't care or they haven't peeled back the layer to even like be an empath and say, oh, well, if that were my family, how would that make me feel? You know what I'm saying? It's nuts. Just, I don't know. It was the tone even of it was shitty, Let me look something up real quick. I know. Whoop. I'm gonna go look up Mom's tweet. Oh, I should have probably put X in there. All righty. Yeah, I found it. All right. So I'm gonna go here and fix my aspect again. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I'll change it. So this is, my mom, and not very handy dandy with this, but I'm trying to see when it was posted. August 9th. Today is the 12th. So this, and Mom points down towards this. Nobody asked for thoughts or endorsements from our nor Tammy's family. JJ, Ty, Tammy buried like animals. It's gross. Perhaps if it happened to their loved ones, they would feel differently. I don't wish this nightmare on anyone, you know? And then Hidden True Crime had written, I hope they start their last line and, quote, consult closely with family, unquote. Numerous families of the victims do not know about this. Let's find out if they want a park or a memorial there. I'd also remind the person who wrote the release that this was also where Tammy was murdered. Correct. So, I mean, there's that whole story. Yeah, there's some comments right here. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just kind of, it's the way it's gone about, you know, there's a way and then there's not a way. There's the right way and then not. And anything, including Lori Hellis, in my opinion, is not the right way. She can feel however she wants to feel. It is not her family. Okay. She has no say so, no claim in this. None. She doesn't have to shoulder the burden. She doesn't have to do any of this. She's over there on the collecting end with her hand out. Okay. And that's exploiting on my family's pain. That's just, there it is. There's a right way and there's a wrong way. There's people of the jury, who, in my opinion, they handle it the right way. Very respectful, very thoughtful. No more sucker punches, okay? Because that's what this is. It's just been one sucker punch after the other. I don't think so. They've reported on it, but I don't know. I mean, nothing stands out to me. So Beach Mom says, oh, I know. I meant they counted the money before they got it. Glad Brandon is here and sued those attorneys and cleaned their clocks. Right? $12 million. Right. Okay. So it's not just me. There's a tone. And like she was chewing everybody's ass for what, you know? Not her true crime followers, but all of you, you know, all of you, damn it, follow the money every damn time. Every time. Where was the paper from the Crossroads published? Let me go look. Well, oh, you mean like, hold on. Whoa. Let me fix my aspect again. It shows like right here, it says Nate News Now 2 hours ago. Or, I mean, this was, you know, the one that my mom had posted on, I guess. Again, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what you mean. Let me know if that's what you mean. It does sound like Tammy B, huh? It's your fault that all the children are not being saved now because of my actions. Basically. $300,000 on her wage. That isn't much. She's so upset because she is the buyer. My suspicion. Interesting. Wouldn't that be interesting? Wouldn't that be interesting? That'd be an awful change or an awful bit of news to find out. Oh my God. You know, oh my God, what's worse? Oh, wouldn't they be happy that you guys found out about their good deed? One would think. But again, it's like, she's like, I don't care what Kay thinks. I don't care. Frankly, they have no say so in it. Okay. But then she's like, it's the town's fault for leaking the shit. Okay. But then, so we need to be respectful of some feelings that aren't respectful of ours. It's weird. It's a weird argument there, you know, in my opinion. Children of light and I don't know, it's stupid. Children of darkness and light. Anyways, y'all, it's nuts. Again, I could write a book just on this part of it. It's crazy. There's a lot of things that, I mean, myself, I am a very sensitive, emotional being. Okay. And I know that about myself. I know that's not always good. And in fact, I don't think it's good at all. Sometimes I wish I had, shoulders of steel, you know, where those kind of things wouldn't bother me, but they do. And I can't help that they do, but I can control. The only thing I have control of is how I respond to it. And you can't respond to all the negativity or all the things that upset you, especially when there's 2 children missing. Okay. You have to put all that shit to the side. You have to just pretend like, you know, none of this stuff bothers you. You have to be able to discuss it. You have to. That's how you know, do something that is for the good, you know, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's how to be selfless, you know, you have to put all your stuff on the side. And that way you can talk about all the difficult things that it entails that comes with a case like this. It's so heavy and it's so much, and it is so much to unpack. And I couldn't imagine doing this without an entire community, a village, you guys, you know, me too, Alpha Film, me too. Couldn't have been more happy. Yeah. You know, you just never know. That's where you have the power, in my opinion. And I think that's a good example to lead by. And I mean, that is where we have the power. It's to not fluff it up, you know. I unsubscribed to Zav Girl whenever she pulled what she pulled, you know. I just don't want to endorse that, you know. Again, it's not to be like snide or snooty or stuck up or I'm more special than you. It has nothing to do with that. It's my family. These are my family members. This is my family. And it affects my parents. I mean, I've watched my own parents, my brother. I've watched my aunts and uncles. I've watched so many people be affected by Lori and Chad's actions, much less having to feel protective over us, you know, my living family members. Even I feel protective of them because I'm watching this change them. I'm sure they can see the same in myself, you know. And I mean, none of this is right, none of it, you know. But we definitely don't need people like Lori Hellis right there. I don't. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a very loving place at all. And again, to each their own. You know, I don't get to tell her what to do, but she definitely don't get to tell me how to grieve. Okay. I mean, she can say it till she's blue in the face, but yeah. Like I think let me go see if I am. See, I'd already done it a long time ago. I done subbed a long time ago. I don't even hit thumbs down because that's interacting with the video. I just don't. So again, I think that's where our power lies. I know we feel powerless a lot of times, you know, with these types of things, but there's power in numbers. There's strength in numbers for sure. Yeah. Because I didn't tweet yet. I was sleeping straight up. Didn't even know any of this was going down straight up. So it was mean and unnecessary. Again, it's very much like that. Like if you hold a mirror up to people like that and you're just like, okay, you're projecting, stop being mean and ugly, stop getting your undergarments, whatever the hell she said, your hair's on fire, you know, basically. And just browbeating her damn community. Just saying, my opinion, you know. It's still there. So, yeah, I can still see it too. See? Surprise. Anyways, all right. Well, again, and I think that just by her doing what she did with it, Toxin says, insulting Idaho and saying it's a place for the community, right? But yet it's the community's fault for leaking it, you know? It's like, damn, it's your fault. It's all your faults, don't you know? Shame, shame, shame. Yeah, she did. She started out answering legal questions. She even had that newsletter that would come out. I mean, it was helpful. It was. But again, it was just like this to me. It was like this authoritative, you heard it here only. Whatever this person says, it goes. And it's just like, wait, but like, I mean, it's just really, if you think about all these creators, myself included, like whenever, like tonight, the whole thing was about, look, my mama raised me better than that. You know, I don't either. LA. I don't want to support people who profit from tragedy. And I remember capturing a screenshot of my uncle responding to her post, okay, about writing a book. And he was upset. And I get it. I was upset too. You kicked yourself out, girl. Get your butt back in here. Jean Marie says, oh, like, hey, why isn't she practicing law? I wonder. I know. And then, okay. Oh, another thing was about her moving from Arizona to Idaho for the trial. I was like, well, no, I didn't ask you to do that. Nobody, as far as I know, nobody asked you to do that. But it's like she was doing us a favor by doing that. That's how it kind of came off to me. And I remember whenever, there was that hearing with Lori Hellis where my parents flew up there. My parents flew up there just to make that hearing, and it makes me wonder again, whether they flew up there just to kind of make sure that their names stayed unused. Okay. Because people be using names. Okay. Trying to make their case. And I mean, if they have nothing to do with that, Yes. Yep. Yep. That's one thing that I learned in the very beginning. And I was like, oh my God. Because I was thinking, what if the church does this? I'll be pissed. Because if the church never said their names, and I'm not sitting here talking shit about the church. I'm just saying that was like one of the first things that flew through my mind. And then after that, I'm like, well, but anybody can, anybody can. An NPO a nonprofit. I'm learning, and I've learned the hard way through these nonprofit organizations. It's a way for people to kind of do what they will. I mean, but yet I know that there are people who do the right things with them. You know, we had Janet that was in here a lot. I want to say, or was it, might have been Jeannie Marie. I don't quite remember. I was one of them, one of you two, that worked with nonprofit organizations. And so that's what kept me thinking, okay, they're not all corrupt. You know, it's just a lot of the people that I research and look at in and around this group, around Chad and Lori, they exploit every damn thing. Okay. Good catch, Beach Bomb. Yes, that too, Kayla. Donnell Allen says it's too bad how creepy people are giving nonprofits a bad name. And then Toxin says OUR is a complete fraud and they could have purchased it. Who knows? That's what I'm saying about, like, with what I proposed tonight about these people doing really covert things to make all these missing children, missing people. Thank y'all for being here as always. Justice for Tylee, Charles, Tammy, JJ, and Joe. Yes, gang stalking can make you go crazy. I really think this is what has happened in my friend Jen's case. I really do. Here comes some Tim.